All right, guys. Hi. Happy summer. If you're like me, your sketchbook still looks pretty empty. So I have a couple of pages from the Minneapolis Institute of Art. I have the page or two that I did when we were together in the classroom, and then watch, the rest of my book is empty except for the jelly printing that I did. And that would need a couple of things added to it in order to become like a fully finished page. So we're like almost to the end of summer, and I counted, I have 28 pages left. And when I say a page, I mean this whole section, we call it a page spread when we're talking about a book. So to me, this whole thing is one page. You have less pages in your sketchbook that way, so it's a little less overwhelming to think about filling it, really. So that's the way I personally like to think about it anyway. But that means I have 28 pages left, and I don't think we have that many days left before school is over. Before summer is over, actually. Let's see, what is today? August 9th? Oh, we have exactly a month. So actually, if I do one page a day, starting today, I will fill the book with no problem. So I guess that's why I'm making this video. I just posted today in Google Classroom a list, a sketchbook prompt list for you guys that has a bunch of ideas for you, especially if you're stuck, especially if you're sort of ignoring that this sketchbook thing has to happen. I've given you some things to think about. So there are things then that you can think about to draw inside there. I also encourage you to try to draw from life. So remember, I sketched these guys when we were at the museum. They're just a whole bunch of little quick sketches all together on a page. This is perfectly acceptable. When we were together for our art day in the classroom in July, I had showed those of you who were there, we did some jelly printing on pages, which was super fun. So that's where this color came from. And then I used a brush pen that when you put a little water on it turns into paint. It's a Karatake Fuda pen. That's kind of fun. But a little bit of water gives you this little bit of like black watercolor effect. So you can see I have 3 cactuses on this page, which gives the illusion that I had 3 cactuses. There's only one of these cactuses in my classroom. I had one cactus to draw. I drew the cactus, I turned the cactus to a different direction, and I turned the cactus to a different direction to kind of fill my page and give the illusion of more cactuses. Okay, this is one kind of really nice way to, you know, fill a sketchbook page without having a ton of stuff, right? Some of the prompts you'll notice in on the prompt list are kind of what we call open-ended, or they're going to need you to think a little bit. So there might be something on there like uneven or prickly, right? Obviously, this cactus would apply to both of those. It's uneven. It's also prickly, right? So some of the things are, you know, kind of really up to you guys, how you interpret them. There's really no wrong way. I encourage you on each of your pages to add some color. So whether it's random color or colored in drawing, and to draw from life. So I drew these cactuses from actual life. And then to collage. I don't have a collage element on this page. I do have a collage element on this page. This is another page from our date together in July. So you can see I drew from life because I had, ta-da, one of these skulls from in my classroom. I happen to have one here at home in my studio as well. He sits on my counter. I added in, so I drew from life the skull. You can see I have the jelly print back here, so that gives me some color. And then I have a collage piece here. Remember we talked about packing tape transfer. So I pulled this kind of creepy guy face out of a magazine. I think it might be kind of hard to see because he's really dark. So that gives us a collage element in our page, okay? You know, and then this page would be done. I could move on. One other thing that I tell you guys to think about is thinking about adding text. So that would be thinking about adding words. You know, so if I want to think about going back to this page and think about the idea of adding words, I could think about adding the word, oh, studio assistant. There's my cat, Izzy. She wonders what I'm up to in here. You know, I could go back with a marker and I could think about, you know, I could add cactus or prickly, or maybe I just stick a receipt. Maybe I went and got an ice cream with my friends and I just glue the receipt in here. And write summer or something like that. Okay, so pages don't have to be complicated. Your book does have to be full.